Good afternoon from Athens. I'm Keira Martinez, the Director of Love Without Borders for Refugees in Need here in Kipseli. And today we have the pleasure to invite two students that have been working with us for the last 5 weeks. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Rita and I'm a student from Grenoble Business School and I'm here volunteering for a week in Love Without Borders.
So hi, I'm Tom, coming from Grenoble, École de Management as well, which is a business school, and we are here with SOS, which is the humanitarian association of our school. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. So this is actually the third year that your organization has sent students to help with Love Without Borders, so we're very thankful for your time. And you are able to spend a good amount of time, a whole 5 weeks. Tell us a little bit about your experiences here in Athens.
For me, it was my first time volunteering, so I was quite excited about it and stressed maybe because it was my first time dealing with refugees or foreigners that are not in the same conditions as mine, but it was a good experience and I would love to do it another time.
Yeah, I agree. I do really think that it's a really nice experience to have in our lifetime. Even more when we are students from France, coming from France, which we can say are kind of privileged. We don't really see the true aspect of how refugees are living, which is in France or in other countries. And Greece is like the border of this, all those refugees coming from Africa or Asia to Europe. And so for us it's really interesting because we are from business school, and to be able to be on the field is really nice.
Yes, I tell many people that you will not be able to understand what a person, a human being, goes through living in a refugee camp unless you're here directly sitting across from that person. And so I think that the experience comes to reality when you get to spend time with the people. And we've had a gallery full of students and a gallery full of children for most days that you're here. Tell us about the people that you're meeting from the refugee community.
Again, it's so interesting to get to know all those histories from all those people coming from so many different countries. And as I said, we are not used to meet those kind of people. And so for us, it's really, it's opening our mind in like, okay, those people are really living this. And I mean, when you watch the media and all, it's often like negative things said about refugees, about all of those people, I would say. But when you get to meet them and when you get to meet and get to know each other, it's people like everyone else, like we are all humans. So again, it makes this experience even more beautiful.
And I think we were all aware of the situation they were faced to, but when you get to meet them, you are more aware of that, and it hits you differently, as they are good storytellers and they are good at telling their stories, and it's really impacted me the way they improved their situation, maybe, and. That's it.
Yeah, it's very important to hear those words from both of you and really meaningful. That's what we're trying to do at Love Without Borders, is to change the narrative and not talk about the refugee, but rather the human being, and give a little bit of positivity about their history and what they used to do, because there's so many talents within our refugee community. And through our art project, we were really able to show that. So how many art workshops were you able to take part in while you were here?
Well, we did one exhibition, which was really interesting. It was also challenging in a way that, as you say it's difficult to get involved the Greek community And I mean, many people, and we also saw that when we go to the center of Athens or other things, like they are like, okay, like in this neighborhood, for instance, they're like, okay, yeah, don't go to this area because there are many people, you know, from others countries and all, and we're like, I mean, we are living well in this neighborhood, it's nice. It's just like people are negative attitudes about this, and so yeah, to be able to change this, as you said, this narrative, and to show that everyone is the same. Yeah, that challenge is mostly to get the Greek community more involved. And so with the exhibition, some Greek people maybe came. I don't, well, when we were in small groups, it was again interesting because, well, through art you can do and show so many things. Yeah, I don't know what to.
And for me, before coming here, I didn't know how to find a link between art and refugees. But when I came here, I was amazed by how art can improve one's situation and one's life through workshops or art pieces. And I was even more amazed by how children can express their feelings or emotions by painting or by drawing, and that's what I preferred in the month I spent here.
Yes, it's a really interesting connection that took me many years to form this project, but I think art resonates with everybody, no matter from which country you're from.
Mhm.
And so we're really fortunate to have art as our main go-to to get financial stability for people, also to help them work out their trauma, and also for them just to become independent of many of the organizations that are working here in Greece. So, and you were able to also meet a lot of the children. What was your experience with the children?
So we had the chance to meet a lot of children from many countries, from Syria, Egypt, Palestine, and they all share a common love for painting and drawing. And I think it was challenging. First, we had the barrier of language. Even though I'm an Arabic speaker, but I found it really difficult to communicate with them as they're not maybe fluent enough in English, and they're more fluent in Arabic than I am. But we could communicate through art or through playing with them, and it was really special.
Yeah, definitely. It was really nice to be able to share some moments with them, to go to the park, to play with them. Again, like it's just children who just want to live their life and wants to play. They want to play and all. They had to live some terrible moments, probably. I mean, yeah. Again, it's really interesting to see how they react, even if they are living those moments and this life, and hopefully they will realize their dreams and hope. That's all we want.
Yes, absolutely. I tell many students and volunteers that come to visit us in Greece that the most important thing to offer is your time and your presence, whether it's for the children or for the adults. And I think by bringing the kids into the gallery and the adults and the parents seeing that you're just taking the time out, coming all the way from France, it was really meaningful for them to see that. And I think that actually brightened the days of the adults and the parents very much. So we're very appreciative for that. So as you reflect on this 5 weeks of volunteerism and your time in Greece, what are some things that you take away from the experience?
Before volunteering, I always thought that volunteering means physical efforts, but here I learned that it also means psychological effort and emotional one, as I was really impacted by the refugees' stories when it comes to children or even parents. So this is what I learned from here, that humanitarian or volunteering is it means physical efforts as well as psychological efforts.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same for me. Like it's also like not only it's helping the community, but also helping the community with helping the association or just like the gallery, or just we are making some renovations. They are not seeing it directly, but later this will have an impact, and that's really nice. And unfortunately, we won't be here to see the end of the project, but it's gonna be really nice at the end, and so many people and so many refugees will be able to profit from this, and even like just to be able to communicate and to hear those stories is so impacting for us and really interesting, and it's opening our minds in every aspect. So yeah.
Yes, I think the gallery, if you look at the long-term and sustainable ways that this can help and support refugee community and also the local community, is really impactful, because we're going to be bringing hundreds of students to help and probably thousands of refugees that can come in here and take part in our programs. And we offer English lessons and the STEM International Project, art workshops, dance workshops. So yes, long-term sustainable programs, which is really, really impactful. And what about the renovation project? We started that upstairs together, and how did that go?
Well, it's it's interesting in its own way. I mean, obviously, we are not professionals, but it's so cool to be able to do and to participate in those renovations. Also, the difference is when we see people doing it in France, or when I don't know, my parents were doing it. It's like not more professional, but I will say actually in more professional manner. Here it's more like, okay, let's do it. Well, but it's nice. It's evolving in its own aspect, and we are just managing like every problems one per one, or sometimes problems per problems. But yeah, I mean, I learned a lot about it, and it's really cool. It's really cool, and we are helping everyone, so that's great.
And it's taught us to always have a plan B.
That's great.
Things don't always go the way we wanted them to, and yes, that's it. It was really interesting and really fun to do this together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting, that's for sure. So yes, when we have the renovation finished, we'll definitely send you all some photos so you can see the finished project. We're looking forward to having that set up. So another project that we worked on together and that I offered to your group was animal advocacy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big issue in Greece with the treatment of animals and the lack of support. And I was really happy that you were all open to supporting the animals. So can you tell us a little bit something about how you've been involved with that?
Yeah, well, so at the beginning it was just an idea, but as there were not really contacts, or you tried, but it was pretty difficult to get in contact by SMS or by phone. So we found one, and we just went to them directly, which is like it's like 20 minutes by bus, so it's fine, you know. The contact was really good. We definitely saw that there were many needs. They had many needs, and so we could help them, as we are 8 students, which is a big actually help for them, even if it's just to take out the dogs. And they explained to us how they work, how they want the best for the pets, for the cats and the dogs. And we were like, okay, that's really good. That's good management, and they want the best for the dogs. That's all we also want. So yeah, it's good to be able to build a kind of relationship, and if later you can then build this kind of relationship with this shelter and make other projects with refugees and animals. It's even better. Um, but yeah, it's really nice, and so twice a week we just go there and we take out some dogs, and we are really happy to do that because most of us have dogs or cats in France. So yeah.
And I think it's really important to find a balance between volunteering with human beings and with animals as well. And it's important to balance between these two, and it's not really spread in the world to help animals as well compared to human beings or refugees.
Yes, I think that many people would question why would we want to be volunteering for animals, but it's a big need here in Greece, and I think it's wonderful that you've taken time out during your week to go spend time with them and also get more involved in the knowledge about what is happening to them in Greece. So
it's definitely different than in France, like those shelters. So I mean, when we first went there, we were like, "Whoa, that's the shelter," and we're like, "Okay, it's totally different." I mean, yeah. So we directly like saw like they need help, you know. Obviously in France they also need all the help, and in every country I guess, but the structures obviously are different. So yeah, for us it's nice to be able to help everyone.
in what way are they different?
In the structures, I would say, I mean, the shelter over there is open, like really open, and even like there are not really buildings. It's just woods. Obviously the cages.
Cages.
Yeah, cages for the dogs. But I mean, that's it. While in France, it's more, I would say, not appropriate, but you know, more in the norms with buildings and all. Well, I mean, it's normal, it's the way it is, but that's also like when we first went there, the first impression we had. So
It's like an open air shelter, not a closed one.
I see, okay.
yeah.
So a couple of you are going to be leaving tomorrow, and you've also been able to meet new students along the way during this time?
Yes. It was a great experience to share with other students. We faced some challenges, to be honest, but it was a really good experience. And if I had to do it again, I would, without any hesitation. And I encourage everyone to volunteer.
Yeah. Sorry. Same here. Like, I definitely don't want to go back, take my plane Thursday. If I could, I wish I could stay a bit longer, but it's the way it is, and it's nice to see that other students are coming along the way and doing all of that. So I'm just pursuing, keep doing the job. So yeah, it was really a good experience, and even with us, we had really nice moments together. So
Nice.
And it's really good seeing that more and more people are aware and really and they're really willing to help other people.
And it was also really interesting to be able to have responsibilities in a way that, I mean, in France when we are students and you know, like we just have classes and all, here we had more responsibilities. With you, we were kind of free. We are freedom to do kind of whatever we want or we could to help. So it's responsibilities, and it's even for us, it's really interesting to have this.
Yes, I think that's one thing at Love Without Borders that we really like to highlight is that even though we have our own program, we have a lot of different courses that we run with the refugee community, but we always get feedback from any students that are coming to visit us and work with us, because everybody has skills and we want everybody to work as a team and also everybody to make decisions. So it's really important to us And that's why when we're doing the renovation, we like to get everybody's input about the colors and the designs, and so we can work as a team. It's really nice. How did your parents feel about you flying all the way to Greece for 5 weeks?
Personally, I update them every day, and they're really interested in what I'm doing, and they were really proud of my decision and my initiative. So they really encouraged me in my decision, and I think everyone's parents are in the same opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm not updating them every day, maybe once every 2 weeks. But they are used to that, and it's fine. But I know they are really happy. Well, if I'm happy, they are happy. So that's the most important part, I will say. And yeah, most of us already had the chance to travel or be away from their parents. I mean, so I guess most of our parents are used to not see each other. But yeah.
And we're already not living with them, so they used to not seeing us often, so it was not really hard for them for us to fly to Greece and do what we want to do.
Yeah, well, it's what we are saying. Maybe what they will say is different, but yeah.
And also your friends, have you spoken to some friends back home in France?
Yes. Many of my friends are volunteering back in my home country, in Morocco. So it's good that we share the same love for volunteering and helping each other. And I think, Tom?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, my friends also are interested about what I'm doing. Obviously, as we are in Athens, we're not gonna lie, we did some touristic stuff, and it was also really interesting to be able to all the history of Athens, obviously. But yeah, most of them were like, "Oh, Tom, what are you doing?" I told them, "Oh, that's interesting and all." So yeah, that's good. That's great.
I think it's really impactful. Every person your group has 8 students, and if you think about every person speaking to their whole community of friends, the parents, it spreads like wildfire.
Yes.
And that is what creates awareness to give voices to the refugees who are living in refugee camps and who have no voices. So I think it's really, really impactful what you're doing. And we're very thankful for SOS for the 3rd year of working together. The collaboration's been amazing, and we're very thankful. And we will share both of the links to Love Without Borders and your association, so that our listeners and our network can reach out or check out your website. So if there's one word that you can express yourself with when you're leaving Greece, how would you express that?
It's really hard summarizing a month in one word.
Okay, you can use a couple words.
I would say life experience. It's 2 words.
That's okay.
Life
That's
experience.
That's a good one. Well, I'm not really into the last words, but I would say that I will need to come back, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. And
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
And we did a great job together with you.
And hopefully the
was
next
great.
team next year will be as good as us. Obviously they won't be better, but yeah, we will do the job.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
Yes.